Hi, my darlings. I'm Sophie Darling, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hello, my name is Sophie. I have a doctorate in literature, which means I get way too emotionally invested in the shows that I'm watching. If you can't tell, if it looks like I've been crying, it's because I just finished the finale of season 2 of Vinland Saga and it absolutely destroyed me emotionally. And now I'm watching Frieren. So, good vibes all around. But if you're looking for a reactor that likes to discuss symbolism, themes, and character development, then you're definitely in the right place. So please consider hitting that subscribe button so you never miss a video. Today we have the finale of season 2 of Frieren. And I'm not ready to say goodbye, but we have season 3 coming in October of 2027. So that's really exciting. But still, it is so far away, but it's going to be worth the wait. I'm hoping that it will be longer than 10 episodes. I understand the 10 episodes is because it's a short arc, but also they don't want to catch up to the manga because the manga's on hiatus. So I completely get it. Season 2, even though it was only 10 episodes, was absolutely phenomenal. I've loved every single minute. I've laughed, I've cried, I've enjoyed Stark's development as the season's gone on. I cannot wait to see season 3 because the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm like, they're setting up the next arc already, because we had that moment where Frieren is on the boat and they're talking about this golden land that is enticing people to travel to it. And he was saying, oh, like nobody I know has ever actually been there. And then Frieren was stood in front of a demon and she was like clutching her arm. But if you look at the flashback, the lower half of her arm looks messed up. So it's like normal skin tone and then this weird like brown tinge that's like going down from like elbow to the rest of her hand, I presume, because you don't see it. You just kind of see she's stood there and she's clutching it. And then it's like from here on down, there's like this weird substance on her hand, which I'm not sure if it's going to be linked to this demon, if it's going to be linked to this idea of gold, because golden land, everything's made of gold, then this demon. So it's all connected somehow. But it looks like when she came across this demon, she didn't have an easy time. And back in season 1, she had talked about how she's been beaten by 4 demons, I think it was, before. Like, she was talking to Fern about how, like, she's, had her fair share of losses, and there's been 4 demons that have beaten her, and this could be potentially one of them. This one that she's had 2 flashbacks to now. She had one during the Southern Hero episode, and then this one in episode 9. So this is likely something that she's run into before, that she's not had a good experience with, that likely she had to run away from, because the fact they're still alive, potentially, which is kind of the vibe they're giving, because she's staring up at it, she's looking injured. She had this like severe look on her face when they were talking about this golden land, which means this demon most likely is still alive and is not somebody that Frieren was able to beat when she encountered them. Because if they're still alive, then that means that they overwhelmed Frieren, because there's no way in hell that Frieren would leave a demon alive if she had the upper hand. So pretty much it's indicating that this is potentially one of the 4 demons she's had experience with in her time that she wasn't able to actually defeat, that they got the better of her. So this is likely going to be the next arc that they're venturing into in season 3, is this demon, the Golden Land, and Frieren's past experience with them. But the biggest question I have is, of course, don't answer this, especially if you've read the manga, don't answer this, but are they one of the 7 stages of destruction? Because the 7 stages of destruction were talked about a lot in the episode of the Southern Hero, but also we know that he killed, was it 4 or 3? So there's 7. I think he killed 4. The party of heroes killed 3, or it might be the other way around. So then that means there's 1 that's still alive. So is this going to be a stage of destruction that is still alive? Because Aura was one. Frieren killed Aura, so that would have been the 6th, which means there's a 7th that's unnamed that is still potentially running rampant. So is that who Frieren has had a run-in with before and who's doing this golden land thing? And is this golden land a ruse to bait humans into coming into its territory so it can harm them? I don't know. Or is it just a power status thing? Is it to display their abilities? Who knows? But this golden land, this demon, and Frieren's history with them has been set up in this season. So that's going to have to be season 3. And season 3 is going to have to then include Denken, because Denken was shown at the beginning of episode 9. Denken could show up again in episode 10. I'm hoping. I love Denken. But then that's setting up the idea that at some point in season 3, their paths are going to collide together and they're going to be on a mission together. Because why would they show Denken but not really delve further into Denken? Is because they need to set him up to be in the same location as Frieren, Stark, and Fern, because their paths are going to collide at some point. They're going to be forced together. Forced is the wrong word, but they're going to end up finding themselves needing to band together, likely against this demon that Frieren's had history with, and potentially in this golden land, because maybe this golden land is actually where they need to head. I don't know. But yeah, the arc for season 3 has already been set up, and I cannot wait to see how it expands upon our beloved characters, but also the messages that we're going to learn, especially in following Himmel's footsteps even further. We're going to see more of Denken and probably get more of Denken's backstory. We got bits in season 1, but I would love to know everything about Denken that's possibly available. But we're probably also going to see him go to his wife's grave, because that was the whole point of him becoming a first mage, was to go to her grave. So season 3 is going to be interesting, especially because we'll still cry, because we'll have our flashbacks to Himmel. But without further ado, we're going to jump into the finale, and we're probably going to laugh and probably going to cry, and we're going to have to say goodbye until next year.
とんでもなく深い渓谷だな。そこが全く見えないぞ。
3000メートルの大絶壁だ。この大陸で一番深い渓谷なんだよ。北部高原の標高の高さがなせる技だ。
You wouldn't want to fall down there.
どう渡るんだ?
It's too windy to fly. Is there a bridge?
なんかちょっと前にも似たようなことが。
かなりの大回りになるね。
It's all part of the adventure.
海に面した場所も3000メートルの断崖絶壁。
Jeez, okay.
景色はとてもいいみたいだけど行ってみる？結構です。
She's like, I'm good.
このままだと渓谷を越えるのに2週間はかかる。
Jeez.
まあ仕方がないんじゃないか?
It's too risky to fly.
もしかしたらそろそろできてるかも。何の話ですか?
A bridge?
すげえな。あれってもしかして橋か?
うん。できているみたいだね。無事橋はできたみたいだね。
ああ。
この人は
So there was no bridge when she initially arrived. 200 damn! Dedication.
でも驚いたよ。
It's a good
これ
bridge.
だけの橋ができているのなら、交通の要所になっていてもおかしくない。
フリーレン、実は一つ問題があってな。
Ah! That's why. What good is a bridge when you have a bird that's like that?
先日も黄金鏡とやらを目指した商人の
See?
一団が
Golden Land again. It's the next arc. They're heading in the direction of the Golden Land.
そのせいでこの橋は使い物にならん。
Oh,
幸い巣はこちら岸のどこかにあるようだ。
200 years he spent on this bridge. People can't even enjoy it.
報酬は
パンケーキを上手にひっくり返したようだ。
Okay, that's a pretty cool spell.
明日は豪華な朝食が食べられるぞ。
You can practice it tomorrow.
引き受けた。
That's a good spell. I would take that spell.
さすがに険しい。
Why do I have a feeling
気をつ
that
けてね。落ちたら一貫の
we're gonna see a Himmel flashback? Gehen has been building this for 200 years. Frieren obviously knew about this bridge, so they likely came this way as the party of heroes.
ところでゲーンはなんでこの渓谷に橋を
Was
作
it
っていた
Himmel's
の？
idea?
多分後悔だろうね。
ゲーンはなぜこんなところで橋を作っているんだ？
昔この近くにあったわしの村が魔族に襲われてな。
Oh,
一番近くに駐屯していた軍は対岸の
they
都市に
couldn't
いた。
get there to help his village because there was no way to cross.
ここに橋があったら皆助かったんだ。
So sad.
これを使ってくれ。
Oh, he
と
gave
あ
him
る貴
the
族の貢
money.
献を魔族から取り返した時に受け取った報酬だ。
Oh, Himmel.
受け取れん。これを受け取るのに見合った対価をわしは持ち合わせておらん。
Building the bridge would be
こ
suitable.
の橋がある。
ん？橋ができるのは早くともお前が寿命で
Doesn't
死んでからだ。
matter.
対価はフリーレン。
Oh,
1000年は持つくらい丈夫に作ってくれ。
the fact that he invested in something that he would never see, but he knew that Frieren would. Oh, I knew it would be his idea. Oh, renewed his fortitude in rebuilding. No. And he got help along the way. Oh, so many people. And he didn't do it alone. But he was alone when he put the final nail in the bridge because all the others had passed away at that point. That's so sad. Oh my god, there's so many. uh...
おかげでこの渓谷を自由に行き来できるようになった。
ゲーンはこれからどうするつもりなの？
Build another bridge.
村でゆっくり老後を過ごすさ。
お、帰ってきたぞ。ちょうどいいタイミングだ。よかったな、ゲーン。今夜は宴だ。
200年もあればまた新しく村もできる。
Oh, I'm gonna cry. Nothing's ever gone for good. Oh, look, a stack on his hands. This is what Himmel invested in. Hope. The chance for something to be rebuilt. Oh god, what's she done?
募金がね、もうちょっとしかないの。
そ
Look at all the stuff she has in the background. That's why you don't have any money.
無駄遣いばかりするからですよ。
まあ何にせよ、こんな雪原のど真ん中じゃどうしようもないか。
待てよ。確かここら辺って。
Isn't this place what?
集落とは違うな。冒険者の野営地か？
野郎ども、今日も決まっていくぞ。
聖雪結晶を求めて集まった冒険者の野営地だね。
Oh,
聖雪結晶。
dog.
魔法薬の原料になるんだ。
Ah, so they can sell them. So she's like, we can make money. I know where to find them easily.
つまりその聖雪結晶ってのを探してロギンを稼ぐんだな。
シュタルクもまだまだうまいね。聖雪結晶はめったに見つかるものじゃない。だから高価なんだ。冒険者相手に商売をしている市場を見に行こうか。面白いものが見られるよ。
What's up your sleeve, Frieren?
パン1個、銀貨1枚。相場の10倍以上しますね。聖雪結晶の採掘で稼いでいる裕福な冒険者を相手にしているわけだから。
Oh, so they hike up the prices.
聖雪結晶が高価なのは2つの理由がある。一つはその希少性。もう一つは凶暴な魔物がうろつく危険地帯にあるからだ。 私の言いたいことがわかる？
Oh, they can sell their services for getting rid of the monsters.
この場所に地元の人間しか知らない大規模な鉱脈がある。ここに作ってい
Smart.
る魔物を倒してほしい。それと討伐が終わったらこの場所に対人結界を張ってほしいんだ。
対人結界？
ああ、人が立ち入れないようにしてほしい。
採掘にも人員や費用を集める時間が必要だからね。横取りを防ぐために対人結界を張って
Oh,
場所
so
に入ること
it's
自体は
like staking their
珍しいことじゃない
claim
よ。
on their investment. Yeah, he's kind of like, I'm giving you the money to go and free this area. He's doing what Kraft was doing in season 1. Oh, fun. That's so cute. I love the little in-between moments where it's like lighthearted and them just enjoying their adventure together and having
油断
fun.
しないようにね。
But yeah, they're investing money into them to get rid of this monster. So of course they're gonna want their investment to be protected afterwards.
じゃあ倒すよ。
Oh, oh damn. It's quick. It's very fast. Whoa.
シュタルク、走って。いい作戦があるんだ。
任せろ。
I love that he doesn't question. He's just like, yeah, I trust you. Is she gonna use the moon as cover again? Wow, she's so high up. Wow, she's really coming to her own this season. Really showing us just how far she can shoot from now. That's insane. Like a nuclear bomb. Damn.
さすがに強かったな。
That was cool. It was so high up as well. Oh fuck, there's more than one.
さっきの魔物はこの辺りの主だったみたいだ。
二人を背負って逃げるくらいの元気はまだあるぜ。
もう遅いよ。
囲まれた。
まあどちらにしても、すべて倒さないと依頼を果たしたとは言えない。
You barely defeated the lord of the area. Hey! Well,
無分な騎士だ。
they didn't have to deal with it by themselves.
一体の魔物たちが不穏な動きをしていたので追ってきたのだが、あなた方だったとは。
ありがとう。おかげで助かったよ。
礼を言うのは我々の方だ。いろいろと世話になったようだな。
Ah!
これで貸し借りなしだね。
Her debt's repaid.
では、
The legacy of Frieren is going to live on for years to
すご
come.
いな。
彼らは支配下にある一帯を巡回している部隊だそうだよ。
Insane. I love how it's all
北部
full
高原が少
circle.
しずつ変わってきているみたいだ。
Yeah. Look at all the good that you guys have been bringing. How a little bit of kindness goes a long way. How towns can rebuild despite
朝です
everything.
よ。起きてください。
She's Ebi.
時間
Just 5 more hours.
投資しますよ。
Not even 1, just 5.
それより見てください。清雪結晶の鉱脈が朝日に照らされて綺麗ですよ。
Oh, they do.
そうだね。
Stop.
ロギンを稼ぐことが目的だったけれども、まさかこんな光景に出会えるとはね。
綺麗。
She's seen it before.
僕たちが魔王を倒せば、この美しい光景を誰もが見られる時代が来るんだ。
誰もがってわけにはいかないけど、たくさんの人がこの光景を見られる時代が実際にやってきた。不思議な気分だ。本当に美しい。
I'm trying not to cry.
でもそれも人の手によって切り崩されていく。少し寂しいけど、これもまた時代の流れだね。
Time changes all.
ありがとう。助かったよ。約束の報酬だ。
That's so much
これ
money.
であの鉱脈を保護できる。
保護？採掘のための結界じゃないの？
俺はこの地方出身の冒険者でな。あの美しい光景を見て、冒険者
He
を目指
wants
す
everyone to be able to see it.
感謝する。おかげで故郷の景色を守れた。
そう。
Fulfilling Himmel's dream without even realizing.
誰かの故郷を守るっていいもんだな。
そうですね。今思えばハイター様は私の故郷を守ってくださったのかもしれません。故郷の地こそ戦争で失ってしまいましたが、おかげで大切な思い出までなくさずに済みました。
He became her home.
俺もだよ。俺が故郷から逃げたって話をしたとき、フェルンはそんなの関係ないって言って俺を信じてくれたしな。そういえばフェルンはいつも背中を押してくれるよな。なんでだ？
Because Frieren believed in her.
フリーレン様ならそうするからです。
Oh, stop!
夜の隙間にあなたがいた、名前を呼んだ声がした、思い出せる何度だって。
フリーレン様、物価が高いのになんでここで魔道具を買ったんですか？
Because she loves little trinkets.
当分ロギンには苦労しそうだな。
実はそうなると思って半分隠しておきました。
Smart girl.
それでこそ私の弟子だ。
それでいいんだ。
誰よりもあなたに言えるようにしないでおいて。
それじゃあ行こうか。
Take it!
彼女はエーデル2級魔法使い。精神魔法の専門家だ。彼女が得た情報は君にとって有益なものになると思うよ。
わしの記憶を渡す。
ああ。
Oh? Was she
君
not?
の任務は黄金鏡を封印する結界の維持と管理だ。
In the first mage exam
余計な
too?
真似はしないようにね。
デンケン、墓参りは諦めろ。
Wow.
わかっている。
He's not going to, I don't think.
少し羨ましいよ。私はゼイリエ様の命には逆
I
ら
was
え
gonna say, I was like, that was Ceri's
敵
student.
は最後にして最強の七宝剣。黄金鏡のマハと黄金に変えられた故郷を救うために立ち向かうだなんて。まるでおとぎ話の英雄みたいじゃないか。
Stop! Stop! That's gonna be so fucking cool. So basically, Denkin's homeland is the Golden Land. That's when Macht has, is it, I'm probably butchering that, has taken over. And that's why his job is to maintain the barrier, but she's like, he's intending to die because he won't see his homeland remain this Golden Land. He's going to challenge the seventh stage of destruction. Ah, I knew it had to be connected to a seventh stage because I was like, we're missing one, and then we've had two flashbacks to this one demon. Frieren's had a run-in with this demon before. They're heading towards the Golden Land, so they're going to run into Denkin. They're probably going to help Denkin against this sage. Fuck, this next season's gonna be amazing. Holy shit. I am just emotional. I held it together until she went, that's what Frieren would do. Because when she talks about time marching on, time changing, she's talking about how this view may not remain, but it's okay because time changes everything. But unknowingly, she has fulfilled Himmel's wish that after they defeat the Demon King, this view would be accessible to everyone because this adventurer isn't wanting to mine it. He's wanting to protect it because it's part of his homeland, it's part of his heritage. But the way that time marches on, it's no longer what would Himmel do, it's what would Frieren do, because she's making an impact and a change in this world just as much as Himmel did. And now people are going to be remembering Frieren and her actions and comparing it to what they would do and taking inspiration, because the Norm Company were tracking the beasts because they were acting abnormally, but they thanked Frieren because they recognized her and everything she had done, that they're rebuilding, that they're able to gather their strength, that they're able to help those in need across the Northern Plateau, that the Northern Plateau is slowly but surely changing because of Frieren, because of Stark, because of Firm, because of everything that they're doing to help those around them, that slowly but surely the Northern Plateau is becoming a safer place because they're protecting people's homes, they're helping them rebuild. And this message that 200 years is enough time for a village to be rebuilt is because he'd never forget what happened to his people, to his village, that if there had been a bridge, they all could have escaped. But he's now preventing that from happening to others. He's making that his mission, and it was a mission that Himmel believed in, that he wanted to invest in this hope and this dream for other people to be safe. That even though he would be long dead by the time it was done, it was still worth investing in because of what it stood for. The fact that it would protect people, that it would help those most in need. But he knew that Frieren would, because he always has faith and love that Frieren will follow his memory, even when he's gone, that she'll be the one to come and see the bridge finally built. The way in which Frieren's face lights up when she sees this other village, that they've built a home of their own, that time marches on and moves forward. And I think it's just a testament to the resilience of those in the north, that despite all the hardships, despite everything they face, despite the fact that they have all these monsters that are threatening to eradicate their existence, they continue to persevere, show that tenacity of human spirit and dwarven spirit and elven spirit, but this ability to pick yourself back up, dust yourself off, and continue pushing forward, to continue rebuilding. But I just love this reiteration of the importance of home and keeping those memories alive through them going throughout the Northern Plateau, saving these people, understanding why they're so resilient and why they refuse to leave, because they are connected to the land, they're connected to those homes. It has a purpose, it has a meaning. But then also this mention of how Ison and Haita became home for these two children that lost their own, that they were able to find sanctuary elsewhere, and that because of Haita, Fern was able to find a place that she could remember her home fondly. And because of Stark's brother, Stark was able to remember his home and have those memories because they were both saved from death, that they got another chance. And in this other chance, they're able to prevent other people from losing their homes in turn, that they're able to acknowledge what they've experienced and gone through and try and prevent that from happening to others. And the way in which we're seeing the world changing around them, we're seeing villages being rebuilt, we're seeing this connection once more to land, we're seeing how even though his home was destroyed and that's why he started to build the bridge, he still didn't leave the Northern Plateau. He rebuilt his village because the land has a purpose, a connection. It's his home. And it's just this reiteration that home is important and memory is important. And so long as you have one or the other, you're never truly alone. That just because something has been destroyed doesn't mean it can't be rebuilt. And the Northern Plateau is being rebuilt. Frieren firsthand has been helping with that. And leaving her legacy behind. The torch has been passed to Frieren, much in the same way Frieren's torch has been passed to Fern. We're seeing the reversal, that Frieren is now becoming a similar legacy as Himmel, and Fern is very much going to become a slayer of demons that they fear and talk about. I am so excited for series 3 with Denkin going out on this adventure. Well, he's not going out on this adventure, he's being sent, but Seri is crafty in that she always seems to give them what they want without explicitly telling them that's what she's doing. So Ganao got to go and avenge his partner that had died, and also to avenge his village. It was Seri that sent him. Now Denkin wants to visit his wife's grave and seems to have personal beef with Markt because it's his homeland that's been turned into this golden land. So evidently everything that's befallen it is likely due to Markt. So she's now giving Denkin the chance to get his revenge. So it's almost like she knows what they want and is kind of giving it to them whilst phrasing it as, oh, well, it's just a little mission that you need to go on, that you just need to protect the barrier. But in truth, she's setting it up for a showdown between the two of them. It's not just going to be Denkin protecting the barrier, because he can't resist going to see his wife's grave, because they were saying like, oh, don't go and see your wife's grave, give up on that. And he said, I know. But then she says he's resolved to die because he's gonna go and see his wife's grave at any cost. What was the point in all of this is not to see her grave. That's what he wanted to become a first mage for. And Mux be damned, Denkin is not somebody to be fucked with. If season 2 is anything to go by, season 3 is going to be absolutely insane. So I'm very much looking forward to it, especially because the character development has been top notch, and seeing the confidence that Stark has come into, but also Fern, just her skills have been exceptional. That sniper shot, insane. The fact that she was so high up and was still able to aim is crazy. She really deserves to be first mage. She questioned it a little bit when she was fighting that demon, but it's well deserved. I think she beats herself up a little bit. It was a difficult opponent, but, you know, she overcame it. She's achieving, and we're seeing how much the group is growing together and their teamwork. They trust each other implicitly, and I think that's going to serve them incredibly well for whatever they face in season 3. And then they're going to run into Denkin, and I'm going to be so excited. I can't wait to see more of Denkin. But I love that image of Frieren's eyes closing to Himmel's opening, and then her saying, what a strange feeling. It's as if she's learning more and more about the human emotions, and she's accepting them a lot more. She has grown so much, and I'm so excited to see this journey further, because we're seeing more of these emotions come out in her, especially when she was reading Himmel's memoirs and she was like, what's that look showing on my face? And then here she's like, what a strange feeling. She's able to see what it was when she saw it with Himmel, and she's embracing that sensation. She's not running from it or hiding from it or thinking it's strange. She is fully open to the emotions that come with being humans and connected to humanity, and I just love that for her. But I love how they didn't show us what happened with the Kraken. We obviously presumed that it was fine and they got through it with no issue, but they just were like, yeah, you don't need to know what happened with the Kraken, all is good. But just to show, and the way it reiterates time and time again, that the most important part is connection to homeland, connection to the people around you, to those that you care about, connection to even something so simple as a view that you find beautiful and want to protect. Without connection, we have nothing. Without our ability to connect with one another, what is the point of life? And that's the beauty of Frieren. It is showing that we are only as strong as the connections that we establish and we make, and that we are all the better for them. I just love the beauty of the show and the way in which it deals with emotions, and again drives home that family isn't always what you're born into, but family is what you make. Stark, Fern, and Frieren have made a family of their own, and likewise both were able to make families with Haita and Ison, but we also see the way in which people never give up. There's this resilience that they may have lost something and experienced the guilt and trauma that comes with it, but so long as there's hope, there's always some way of moving forward, that you can always rebuild, that you can make sure that this never happens again. And then there's the fact that without connection, the bridge would never have been built, because it was through the help that he gained along the way that the bridge was completed. And then they built the village, and you see some of them, I thought maybe they had died, but you actually see some of them in the village older. So they stayed in this village. They built a family and a home of their own. And then the fact that the Norm Company show up to help Frieren and the others to fight these monsters, showing again the connections that Frieren has made now transcend to the rest of the Northern Plateau, because they're able to actually spare these resources to continue patrolling, showing that their reach has now been expanded from when Frieren first ran into them and was able to give them the ore so that they could get the money to actually invest back into the Norm Company and protecting the Northern Plateau. The fact that we then see Fun opening up her locket, remembering her parents, again showing that even though we may have lost those that we love, we never lose those connections. They're always something that we hold dear, and those memories are something that we need to value and cherish, much in the same way that Himmel knew that this bridge would not be something he would ever see in his lifetime, but Frieren would see it and it would benefit her. And that was a connection from him to her long after his death. He knew that she would be able to benefit from it. And that connection alone, and the fact that it would help those in the north, was worth the investment, was something that he was willing to selflessly invest money into, because it helped those in need. And it would help Frieren in the future and connect him to her once more. And just the memories that Frieren constantly has of Himmel, that connection will never die. It will always exist. I love this show so much, and thank you so much for joining me on this journey for season 2. But what is a mere year and a half? We will see each other again in October 2027 for season 3 of Frieren. Until then, I hope you guys do continue to stick around. We have a lot of exciting content coming to the channel. But until next year, thank you so much for all your love and support. And remember to carry these very important words with you for the rest of your life. That's what Frieren would do. And until next time, bye.